Hello everyone and welcome to my PSF1 race highlights. As you would have seen by my previous video, we did indeed get another pole. So this is actually our third pole in a row. So again, as I said in my last video, we've hitting some good form in terms of one lap pace. I feel like I'm definitely improving. And it's just a race pace I've got to work on. But I did feel very confident for this race. I did put in I did do a cheeky 50% race beforehand and sorted out my setup, and it did feel quite nice. But yeah, moving on from that, it's only 11 runners from that, so a pretty bad turnout, but nonetheless, 5 red lights, and away we go. We initially got off to a very good start for once. Last couple of races I've sort of had a bad start, and you can see behind my teammate there, Sal, actually caught up in an incident there, so I do believe I took out Samurai, Penny and Sal, so that's unfortunate for them guys, but you know, we can't think about them. We've got to think about getting past Max, as he did put a nice move on us into turn 1, but I don't know whether he moves out of the way or whether he's just running really low downforce, but it almost looks like he moves out of the way. But that's actually going to allow Lego to have a really good run on us, and I'm actually going to defend the inside, so he's got to go around the outside. I sort of squeeze him out wide and he goes off track and tries to come back in the lead, but unfortunately for him, he just can't get back ahead, and he's actually now fighting with Max, but he does indeed stay in front. So I mean, not the best opening lap for me, but to still be in the lead, I'm definitely going to take it, and now I can definitely run off into the distance for this, because I did feel quite confident here. You know, only doing 150% race, people could say, well, why? Because some people do more than 150% race and they're still not confident in race pace, but for me, I knew that I could set very consistent laps around here, and again, no game volume. I did mess up my settings again, so I do apologise for that. My voice still can be heard, but I'm definitely going to sort that out before tonight's race, which is PSGL, and we are at Silverstone. But moving back to PSF1, I mean, you can see the lead I've got just after a lap. I do believe it's around maybe half a second if I'm lucky, but you know, this is all confidence builder for me. I knew that I had the pace on Lego to just run off into distance, but you're going to see a bit further on into the race, something happens which does decide the outcome to this race, not just for me but for Lego as well. So we're actually going to now skip ahead to my pit stop, because this was just literally me trying to build up a gap. But yeah, as I said, we're going to skip now to the pit stop, and actually coming through Blanchemont, I almost lost the back end there. My heart sank at that point. I mean, look at my rears. When I did my practice, I said, like during the race, I said, you know, this didn't happen during the practice because I pitted on the same lap as I did in practice, and my rears were nowhere near that worn. So maybe different weather conditions, but I put it all to clear on the practice. It's clear here, so I don't know what's going on. But Lego did actually pit a lap before us, so that was meant to be sort of an in lap. And when you almost lose through Blanchemont, you don't really it's not really good in lap. And as you can see there, Lego is going to overtake us, but he didn't actually get much of a gap on us. I mean, it's only about a second and a half, so he didn't actually gain that much, which I thought was surprising. But again, it just goes to show how good my pace was this race. But we're now going to move on to Lego, trying to move on Frisky through Pouon. Now this corner's worse enough on your own. When you're battling with someone, it's really bad to try and go for a move there, and Lego is going to go for a move on Frisky, and they do touch, but we have to move from Lego, and unfortunately that did cause Frisky to half spin, so I do apologise for that, Frisky. I didn't obviously know that was going to happen. I tried to go as far right as I could, but unfortunately Lego just, you know, he knew I was catching, so he obviously wanted to get past Frisky as quickly as possible, which is fair play. You know, I ain't going to sit there and complain and say, well, we're registered, but you know, just sometimes you just gotta, although you are losing time, you'd rather lose a little bit of time, keep your race and the other person's race going as such. But yeah, this is what's going to happen now up into turn 1. We're going to brake, and we literally tap Lego's rear, you know, not much, and we do lose a bit of our wing. Now initially I thought, oh, I can carry on, because in the F2 race I do believe it was Sean or Trizzy, I think it was Sean, who lost a bit of his wing, and he was still very competitive, but I just couldn't keep with Lego. do sort of leave it for a couple laps. I do believe we do pit at the end of lap 10, but again, my straight line speed this race was pretty good, and yeah, as you see, just gaining and gaining, but I just can't make the move. But very disappointing, as that has literally decided the race for me. You'll see at the end of lap 10, Lego hasn't exactly gained time. I mean, he's obviously gained like a second, but you know, not enough time for me to say, okay, I need to pit. I just thought I'd pit just to maybe make it interesting. Obviously, it's unfortunate what's happened, but I knew if I still finished second, I do believe it's an 8-point lead in the championship still, so it's not the end of the world, but I knew I had to finish second. And you'll see as I came into the pits, I did sort of break off more of my wing, because the game has been known to not fix your wing when it's light green / light yellow, so I wanted to definitely make it more damage, and they did indeed fix it. So we're actually going to come out just behind our teammate. Obviously Settle having that collision at the start, obviously not the best thing for him, but in terms of the constructors, we both needed to finish higher. But yeah, I think now I'm just going to show you what was the fastest lap of the race. I do believe this lap was actually really good for me here. I am quite proud of getting fastest laps and poles, because that was one thing I was slacking in. Excuse me. It's all well and good getting podiums and wins and winning the championship, but when you see how many poles I've got, it's, I only had one up until 4 races ago, and to get 3 in a row definitely means I'm improving in terms of one lap pace and race pace, to be fair, because I did get a fastest lap, and as you're seeing now, this is the fastest lap. But I'll admit, when I put these supers on, I was actually surprised at how consistent they were, because towards the end of the race I obviously lost time, but not as much as I thought I would. So I would have definitely tried to have gone ultra supers maybe, but them ultras on lap 6 were just shot. I don't know what's gone on there, but as I said in that practice race I did, my reads were not that bad, so I'll have to see whether that's set up or not, but I was using the exact same setup. Yeah, I mean, it's just definitely it was definitely a shock to me, but nonetheless, or excuse me, we're 1.6 seconds up on our lap on ultras, so obviously later on in the race the track's obviously gotten a lot quicker, and these supers do feel really nice. And yeah, I mean, again, I'm just happy I'm getting more poles and more fastest laps, because as I said, it's all well and good getting wins and winning the championship, but I'd look at them poles and fast laps and I'd only have 1 or 2. But now to to get that record up, sorry again about that, it's good. But yeah, moving on to lap 18 now. So it's taken us quite a few laps to catch up to Tekken, who's actually shown some really good pace this season, so I can't really fault him. But unfortunately for him, we are gonna try and overtake him, but he's not going to make it easy, regardless, because he knows he wants his second place, and if he carries on doing what he's doing, he can definitely carry on fighting for podiums, because I believe he's a lot quicker this game than he was on the last game, which is obviously good to see. Fresh competition, people who weren't necessarily up the field last game are now fighting for top 5s and podiums, which is, as I said, just good to see. But I see Tekken actually making a mistake through P1, getting on the curve a little bit, going a bit sideways. We're actually going to go round his outside, leave him more than enough space, but he does leave us more than enough space on the inside as well. We do actually make the move, so again, fair play from Tekken there, I'm not going to complain. He left me more than enough space, I left him space, and I managed to get the move done. But from here on out, just nothing happened, and yeah, we're just on the last lap now. Lego is going to come across the line to take the win. So congrats to him, he has closed the gap to 8 points, I do believe. But, sort of, damage limitation race, knowing that I've halved the lead potentially at the top. I know I've got to bounce back next week, which I do believe is at Bahrain, and yeah, as you can see, those are the race results. And Tekken actually getting a podium, and Lamine in 4th. So, as I was saying, Lamine and Tekken, both fighting for podium, which is good to see. But that is going to be the video. I do hope you enjoyed. The next race will be Bahrain, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching, and